If you like saving cash and you like Apple products and you're a teacher or a student here in Korea, then this video is made just for you. So stay tuned as I'm going to give you the inside scoop on how to get Apple products for cheaper here in Korea. On this channel, we cover everything in Korea, tips and tricks, tutorials, what to do in prep interviews, what to do and what not to do when looking for a job here in Korea. So if you're interested in this type of content, consider subscribing and hitting that like button so we can help as many people as possible. So we're gonna break it down into two parts. Number one, this is for the students, for university students, if you are looking for cheaper or discounted Apple products. What you'll need, this is not a requirement, but is an Apple account. You can also do it on a guest login, you don't have to, but if you do use an Apple account, the buyer and recipient have to match. So you can't be using someone else's account and then be sending it to someone else with a different name. It has to be matching. Number two is a valid student ID, an ID number, or a proof of admission, like a legitimate and verified proof of admission to university. And that's basically it. Number two, these are for the educators. So if you're a native English teacher, 원어민 or 영어 선생님 at a public school, this is for all the 학교, like 초등학교. I'm not 100% sure if this works for 학원 teachers, so just find out from your employer if it is possible. But for the public school teachers, what you'll need is basically three things. Number one is an Apple account, also not a requirement. But if you do use your Apple account, the buyer and recipient have to be matching. Or you can just use a guest login and then go from there. But I think you do get a couple of perks, points or something like that if you do use your account. So something to keep in mind. Number two is your proof of employment from your school. I'm gonna write it down in Hangul, in Korean, so that you can show your admin office or your co-teacher the form that you'll need. What you do with this form is basically just a proof of employment. You have the school's name, your name, and your ARC number. And if the delivery man comes to your school and requests that form, the school can show, or you can show the delivery guy, or you can email it if upon request from Apple. If they are trying to verify that you are a teacher, you have this form digitally or have a digital copy and email it to them like that. That's basically it. That's all you need. If Apple does email you, they will send you a form that you have to sign and then scan into your computer and then send it back to them, which is just an agreement or consent of information that they can use your information or something like that. And that's basically it. So without any further ado, let's go down and I'll show you step by step how to get this discount. And I'll have the link down below, which is the teacher or student discount link. If you don't trust this link, just go into Apple's website and follow these steps that I'll show you now. Just a little disclaimer that I do not work for Apple, nor am I affiliated with them, nor is this video sponsored by them. These are just the discount methods that worked for me, and I hope they work for you too. But always be vigilant of the prices and just make sure that you are on the discount page. So what you want to do is you want to open up Google and type in Apple KR or Apple Korea. Then click on the top link. You'll then be taken to Apple's main page or website, and then you want to scroll all the way to the bottom. I'm going to zoom in on this option. It's called, in Hangul, it's called 대학. That's how it starts, and that basically just means university. So this is the student and teacher discount section or page. You'll be taken to this page over here and you will see an assortment of MacBooks. Over here we have a MacBook Air, a MacBook Pro, and then afterwards we have an assortment of iPads ranging from iPad Pros to iPad Air, normal iPads, and even iPad Minis. First and foremost, we're going to compare the iPad Pros. I'm going to open up on the left side the discounted page, and on the right side is the retail iPad Pros. So I'm selecting and making these two products identical. Both are iPad Pro 11 inches, space gray, my favorite color, and 128 gig. And we're just gonna choose the Wi-Fi option. As you can see, the two prices are not the same. On the left hand side, the iPad Pro is at 965,000 won, and on the right it's 1,029,000 won. So that's a 65,000 won discount between the two devices. Obviously this is not a massive 50%, 100% off, you know, like Black Friday deal, but this is year round, I think, to my knowledge. 65,000 won is about $60, or if you want to exchange it into a more relevant millennial currency, that's 11 tall vanilla lattes at Starbucks. So next we're going to compare the latest MacBook Pros. I think it's 13-inch. On the left, again, we have the discounted section, and on the right we have the retail price. So I'm just gonna pause the video here. As you can see, we've got 4 MacBooks now in total. Let's take the far left option on both sides. So this is a Intel Iris Plus graphics one, and on the right side it's the Intel Iris Plus graphics one. Price on the left hand side, discounted section, is 2.34 million won, and the price on the right, or the retail price, is 2.49, so basically 2.5 million. If we do some quick maths, we can see that there's 141,000 won discount between these two MacBook Pros, and that's a roughly, I think, $126, and yeah, again, 26 tall vanilla lattes that you're getting out of that discount. So some big money to be had at Starbucks. Now we're going to jump into another discount option that I'm going to show you. This has been tried and tested by myself. I'm currently editing this video on my MacBook Pro that I bought through this method. So it all works and it was all brand new. So let's jump into this method now. What you want to do is head on over to Apple's website again, and then scroll all the way down and click on this tab over here that says repair. This is essentially the repair and refurbished section. Before we jump into the prices, I'm just going to clarify and define what these products are and what you can expect from these type of products. Apple's certified refurbished promise is as follows. Every Apple certified refurbished product completes a rigorous refurbishment process that includes full testing that meets the same functional standards as new Apple products. Your refurbished device is truly like new, with special savings of up to 15%. They go further and say that you will receive like new devices with genuine Apple replacement parts as needed, and has been thoroughly cleaned and inspected, and they are legit. And I can attest to that legitimacy because I am using my MacBook Pro now, have been for the last 2 years, and it works seamlessly and perfectly. And I had the entire unboxing sensation and experience, and it worked out perfectly for me. I saved, I think, around 300,000 won. So yeah, let me show you. Let's go over and compare two iPad Airs. On the left hand side you have a iPad Air Wi-Fi plus cellular at 256 gigs. You can also choose between the different colors. On the right we have the exact same iPad, or the exact same specifications, but they are a generation apart. I don't think they're exactly the same generation. If you're looking for the latest and greatest, then go for it, do as you want. But if you're just keen on getting an iPad that works and does the trick, definitely head on to this section or this page. So let's compare these two quickly. On the left, the iPad Air refurbished model is 867,000 won. On the right, it is 1,149,000 won. So that is 282,000 won that you are saving. That's roughly $250, or in millennial currency, that's a whopping 52 tall vanilla lattes at Starbucks. Now we just jumped over to the MacBook Pros, and we're going to compare the prices here as well. On the left we have the refurbished or repaired model, and again, please do your due diligence and check the product dates of when it is, because they might be a generation or two old. The MacBook Pro on the left is a 13.3-inch MacBook Pro Retina with 2 GHz and Intel Core i5. It is a 2020 model
with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabyte hard drive. Price over there is 2.12 million won, and the same or similar MacBook Pro on the right, or retail MacBook Pro with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabyte SSD hard drive with the same specifications, to my knowledge, is 2.49 million won. So you're essentially saving 370,000 won, translates to $330, and millennial currency of up to 68 tall vanilla lattes at Starbucks. Those are some big boy numbers right there. With a discount of 370,000 won, this is a bargain in my opinion. You can definitely buy yourself a pair of AirPod Pros or even 2 AirPod 2s. So yeah, a lot of money to be saved if you go to this repair and refurbished section of the Apple website. I hope this video helped, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Done, we are finished. It is that simple to get a discount. So I've shown you 2 ways on how you can get these discounts. If you know any other way, just write it down in a comment below so that we can all learn. I bought a product using this teacher discount, and I've used or bought my current MacBook Pro that is still working perfectly today on the repair section that I showed you. So I've gone through the whole process and it worked for me. Again, you're not saving up to like 1 million won or something like that, but every little bit helps. You can use that money to buy, you know, other accessories like Apple Pencil or AirPods or whatever you want with that money. So if you like this video, consider subscribing and hitting the like button so that we can help and share this video with as many people as possible. Until next time, peace.